Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you a real life after work pamper routine that I often do, and it was really important to me to do something that was actually realistic, that I do pretty often, rather than those one-offs, really kind of elaborate pamper routines that we do for an at-home spa day. So this was filmed just on a regular Monday night. I'd had a long busy day at work, and so I wanted to make sure that I took good care of myself, but still got a few things done. I was at the beginning of packing boxes, and I just really needed a night off of that. So as soon as I get home, the first thing I do is greet Fufu, feed him, and then take off my jewelry just to make sure that I take good care of it and store it safely. So I removed my Nouvelle Pearls. And then one of the first things I do is put my hair up in a clip. After having it down all day, it just feels good to have it off my face. And it's also pretty important for cooking because I do shed. So then I take off my contact lenses, which feels like a small miracle. After a long day of looking at a computer screen, usually I have to pry them off my eyeballs. And then I cleanse my makeup off with an oil-based cleanser. This is the Shu Uemura one. I really love it. I do have a much more extensive skincare routine if you would like to see that. I'll link it down below so that you can take a look, and it shows you all of the products that I use on a daily basis, both in the morning and evening. But I'm basically just going through my evening routine here, but also doing a face mask. So that's something that I don't do every day, but it's usually something that I like to combine with a bath, and I do it about once or twice a week. And my current favorite is still the Charlotte Tilbury Goddess Skin one. It's a white clay mask, has a really nice light floral scent that I find really relaxing, and although it's very pricey, just a thin layer is what works. You don't need a big crusty thick layer. So the tube has actually lasted me for months. I've had it more than 3 months now, and so I just apply that thin layer, top it off with some glasses so I can see what I'm doing, and run myself a relaxing bath. So my favorite thing to do for bath time is to actually combine two bath products. So I like to use a lavender oil along with a foaming creamy product from L'Occitane that I will link down below. It's really great. And before I get into the bath, I light a lavender candle to get me extra relaxed. And we all have our funny little relaxing habits, and one of mine is to watch Netflix while I'm in the bath, and my toilet serves as the pedestal for my laptop. Right now I'm watching a documentary on Netflix which is all about design, so that was just kind of a nice, easy, relaxing program to watch. And I finish my bath time routine by applying a richer body butter than I might otherwise. So this one is from The Body Shop. It's their olive oil one. I feel like it's not one of the ones that are really popular. The coconut one is also excellent, but there's something about the olive oil one that's a little bit savory and really, really moisturizing on the skin. On to my favorite part of the evening, which is cooking dinner. So I like to treat myself to a pasta dinner a couple of times a week, especially after I feel like the day has been extra strenuous. So what I do is I actually use my Philips pasta maker to make fresh egg noodles. I just feel like the flavor is so much better. I get more protein and nutrients because it uses fresh eggs, and just the whole process has become a bit of a ritual for me. I find that productivity and relaxation equally are both just really all about rituals and habits. So this is one of mine, and I find it just so satisfying to watch the pasta come out of the machine and cut it into noodles. It just feels really like I'm a part of creating my dinner. Something I also really like to do is just kind of do little acts of service for myself early. So I do those usually on the weekend. This one I did on Sunday, and I created just a really simple Sunday sauce by just simmering some meat for many hours with some tomato sauce, and it just makes a wonderful, comforting pasta dish, of course, paired with lots of Parmesan cheese on top and a glass of red wine. I often do not have wine around at all in the apartment because I detest going to the liquor store, but I did happen to have one on this particular day, and so I served myself a nice glass of red and just sat for dinner with Fufu and enjoyed my pasta and watched a little bit of TV. And then something that I do almost every single work night and otherwise is to have a cup of tea after dinner. I just find that it really helps me to digest my tasty dinners. So I just had some chamomile tea on this particular evening. It's just one of those childhood favorites that I really like. It has a nice sweet floral taste. And then I had a couple of squares of dark chocolate as well. But before I enjoyed that while my tea was brewing, I just took a few minutes to pack up a few orders that I had already made. So it wasn't a major sort of productive evening for my business, but it just felt good to get a few things done. And just the act of kind of packaging up orders I just find extremely satisfying, and I just get this wonderful feeling shipping them all out to you all over the world. So what I do is I just put it in a pouch, and then I have these cards that I keep changing up. So that's the one that I have at the moment, and I choose one of my favorite pens. It just makes me feel like a little kid to have all those colors to choose from. They're from Staedtler, which I think it makes the best felt tip pens to write thank you notes with. So I go ahead and write a note to one of my customers, and then pair it with a bookmark and the pouch and put it in an envelope, and off into the world it goes. After that, I had my tea and dark chocolate, and I spent about an hour and a half editing a video. I'd say it usually takes me about 2 hours to finish things off, but I had already started editing this one, so I just went ahead and did that. And then it was bedtime. So this is the only part of the video that wasn't real time, because you can see it's still light out, and normally I would go to sleep on a work night between 10:30 and 11. So Fufu always joins me for bedtime, and I usually, if I have time and I'm not too exhausted, like to read on my Kindle a little bit. I really need to start doing this a bit more. I'm very behind on lattes and literature. I've been a bit stuck on a book that's not really that great, but I'll try and film another one of those soon, because I know you guys enjoy it. So then I just cuddle with Fufu, and it's time for lights out and to start the whole thing over the next day. But you know what makes it so much easier is the fact that I try and take the best care of myself that I can every single day. That way the next day doesn't seem like too much of a mountain to climb. So I hope you found some of these tips useful to have a nice pamper evening routine after you've left work. It's nice to find those rituals that work for you. So these were mine. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.